Did you know that decades ago, half of the global land area was covered by forests? As the population continues to grow, it has become necessary to allocate some of this land for agriculture and other purposes. Large forests with towering trees are cleared with the assistance of anchor chains and bulldozers. Today, we'll explore the formidable capabilities of anchor chains and bulldozers in wooded terrain. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to see more like it. The deliberate removal of forested land is known as deforestation. This is carried out for various reasons, including agriculture, animal grazing, and wood production for construction, manufacturing, and fuel. Since forests consist of massive trees, vegetation, and a myriad of other living organisms, clearing them presents a significant challenge. Heavy machinery and equipment, relying solely on manual labor, would require humanity years to clear even the smallest plot of land. This is why different machines and attachments, such as bulldozers and anchor chains, are employed. Bulldozers are commonly seen in action when tasks involve moving large rocks or structures. These massive construction vehicles feature imposing metal blades, often referred to as dozer blades, which are used for transporting debris, rocks, soil, and sand when tilted, raised, or lowered. On the other hand, anchor chains are robust chains designed for use with anchors on boats, ships, and other watercraft. They play a vital role in a ship's stability and security, while moored or at anchor, forming a critical part of the anchoring system. Both bulldozers and anchor chains can collaborate to remove trees, stumps, and other obstacles in forested land effectively. Challenging terrain. Clearing forests is particularly challenging due to the varied terrain, including deep swamps, rubble-strewn ruins, and steep mountains. Bulldozers, with their large tires or tracks and powerful engines, excel in such conditions. Chaining, the most environmentally destructive option, uses a large anchor chain dragged between two enormous bulldozers to tear trees out of the ground, roots and all. The bulldozers used for these chaining travel back and forth as the chains, which can weigh more than 20,000 pounds, flatten hundreds of trees with every pass. As this occurs, the chains rake across the surface, destroying soil, sagebrush, grasses, shrubs, and leaving discarded trees in their wake, which can litter the landscape for decades. Chaining is a method employed for the removal of vegetation, particularly in areas where land clearance or habitat management is required. This technique involves the use of heavy chains or modified chains, often attached to machinery, to clear away vegetation effectively. Chaining can serve various purposes, such as creating fire breaks, improving pasture land, or facilitating the restoration of natural habitats. The annual expenditure by the Bureau of Land Management on vegetation removal projects in native pinyon pine, juniper forests, and sagebrush stands in the western United States raises concerns among taxpayers and environmental advocates. These projects are typically justified in the name of fire prevention and habitat restoration. However, critics argue that the scientific evidence doesn't always support the claims made by proponents of these activities. Vegetation removal projects using heavy machinery are not compatible with wilderness. When chains, harrows, or industrial mulching equipment are used to kill off essentially every tree and bush in a wilderness-quality area, the screening, solitude, and naturalness of that area can go from outstanding to non-existent. Although the BLM claims that these vegetation removal projects will not ruin wilderness characteristics, the evidence of past projects is used by the BLM to justify determinations that areas do not qualify as wilderness. In addition to degrading wilderness values, these projects disrupt fragile ecosystems, destroy cultural sites, and interrupt the visual aesthetic of an area. It is no secret that invasive species such as cheatgrass thrive in disturbed soils, and vegetation removal projects using heavy machinery create significant disturbance to soils and fragile biological soil crusts, providing the perfect opportunity for invasive species to take root. This issue is compounded when the project area is not seeded with native vegetation. BLM often reseeds an area with non-native forage species, is only rested from livestock grazing for a season or two, if it actually happens at all, or experiences severe drought, which is unfortunately the new normal for the desert Southwest. Mechanical vegetation removal projects are a direct, ongoing threat to the preservation of America's remaining undeveloped public lands and functioning natural ecosystems. These are the very places that must be preserved if we are to meet America's 30 by 30 conservation goal, protecting at least 30% of all lands and oceans by 2030, which scientists say is necessary to address the interconnected crises of climate change and biodiversity loss. While bulldozer land clearing has accelerated deforestation and contributed to the felling of 15.3 billion trees annually, it has also raised concerns about increased greenhouse gas emissions, biodiversity loss, and disrupted ecosystems. To mitigate these effects, alternative land clearance methods, such as reforestation, restoration projects, and sustainable land management, should be considered to balance human objectives with environmental preservation. These are just some aspects of clearing land and trees using bulldozers and anchor chains. Much more can be learned about these processes and procedures. For further exploration, you can check out other videos from Lord Gizmo or watch our separate video on the 10 coolest machines that actually exist. We hope you've enjoyed this presentation on innovation and power. If you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, stay tuned for more amazing tools and construction equipment. Thanks for watching.